Welcome. This is Kings for Queens. We are back with Danielle Schutz. JS is over there to your right, my left on Comic Strategy. This is the men's talk show geared towards for the benefit of women. Had an amazing show last week, so much so we asked her back. She said, okay, fine, she's tired of us, but she decided that she'll be nice enough to come back because she loves you. So
true.
We're going to go ahead and go into these questions. We're going to get started. This show is about our Counsel of Dating. We've been talking about this for a while. We are looking at dating and completely deconstructing it and building it back up. So because of last week's show, we started thinking about, okay, co-workers and dating. I did a little research. 1 out of every 3 relationships is a co-working relationship. Therefore, we probably should talk about this. So today's show is the workplace and dating. So our first question, we're going to start hitting off right at the bat. Should you date your coworker? Danielle.
Sorry. I'm being attacked. Yeah, so I don't recommend it. I think it's hard for me to answer the question super black and white because every company is different. Some companies have 20,000 people in them. You don't work in the same department. You don't see each other every day. You don't directly influence each other's work. So that might be a situation where it's, totally acceptable. But if you're with somebody every single day, you influence their work, they influence your work, or you're on a team doing a project together, the answer is really, really, really easy for me, which is don't do it. Ever.
Don't do it. Okay, JS.
All right. I know it might seem exciting. Y'all working in the same box, 7 days a week. And when I say box, I mean department store, that type
Same
of
area.
thing, building. Yeah, we're working in the same spot. I know it's exciting. It's good to see her. It's news, and it's new. And you're like, oh gosh, she's here. Oh my gosh, he's here. Oh man, we about to go in the corner and kiss for a second. You do that, it's all good. It's exciting, but don't do that shit. It is the worst thing you can ever do. Next thing you know, police be coming in, trying to put restraining orders on your ass.
Is this from experience?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been told this shit. It's just, I'm just telling you, don't do it. It'll just lead to just bad stuff. You know what I mean? So just don't do it. I'm telling you, I know you're not going to listen. But I'm telling you, don't do it. At least you can say, I told your ass.
Wow, I know you're not going to listen. So, I just want to ask you a question. You've seen people in co-working relationships. How did those go? I mean, when you walk into the factory, or you walk into the job, and there's an issue, and all of a sudden the entire workplace is under this kind of like haze of discontent and resentment. Or it's going well, and they're all getting all lovey-dovey, and they're kissing every 5 seconds. You're just like, none of it works. So it's kind of like, okay, Judy and Bob is doing what they do, but we got this project. So you're not just affecting you and the other coworker that you're in a relationship with. You're affecting the entire thing. Look at it this way. Let's say you have kids. You're in a relationship. Your relationship eventually or does affect your kids. Now, I'm not saying your coworkers are kids, but to think that you have a relationship at your job and it doesn't affect them as well, you're not really looking or understanding the situation. With that being said, though, 1 out of every 3 relationship is a co-working relationship. So we gotta talk about it. So that's my answer. Not a good idea. That's my answer. Question 2. What are the pros of dating someone you work with?
Carpooling close.
Okay. Carpools.
Can ride together.
Ride together.
One less car.
One less car.
You got closet loving.
Closet loving.
That one always works.
Closet loving. Explain, please.
You go in the closet. Might be a might be a mop bucket in there. You move some of the shit out the way.
Oh, so you mean like at work?
Yeah.
To get it on?
Yeah.
During lunch
Yeah.
or during a break?
No. You happen to go into the bathroom. She happen to go into the bathroom. Bam, y'all hit the closet. Like, meet me in the closet. You text her. Bam.
Boy.
You know, nobody ever know. Then y'all go out one by one. You know what I mean?
Which is cool until you get caught.
Exactly.
So,
But that's what I said. It's fun. But eventually that shit is, they gonna find out. They gonna find out. And then it's gonna be bad. So if you're gonna do it, just put it under wraps and be like, hey, you don't tell nobody, I won't. But guess what happens? One of y'all gonna tell somebody. And guess what? Everybody know. It'll be just like
everybody
on the
know,
show
period.
from last week.
Everybody know. Period. Everybody know. Everybody know.
Because they gonna tell how y'all look at each other. You know? Why you going to get her lunch? You know?
Everybody know.
How you know she like all flats? You know what I mean?
Last I checked, when you have a sexual relationship in the closet and then you leave, you don't look like nothing happened. You kind of have this look of relief, like, and then you look at a person with extra Google eyes. So
everything you're saying makes it sound fun. All right.
I mean,
but don't do it.
That probably is very erotic because there's danger involved.
Yeah.
You know you're supposed to be doing it.
Yeah.
You're going for it. Adventure. So
you're at work with your work husband. God forbid, I hope you ain't married after that. Oh God.
That's even worse.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
So the one advantage I would say in this kind of situation would be you're around the person a lot. So if you would like to be around a person a lot, assuming that you're in the same space, because like you said, it's you might be in a different apartment, but you're around a person a lot. Or you stop more than just if you're dating someone that doesn't work with your work. Question 2, and I'm going to ask JS this one. Actually, question 3.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you've done this.
Okay.
We had sex at an office party. Now what?
At the party? Okay. Now, so I'm assuming this is a coworker, Christmas time, or any kind of
Christmas time. The main party is going to be your Christmas or Thanksgiving party.
Usually has sex with.
Oh, my bad.
Potlucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You never know.
I wasn't even thinking
Now
about it.
what? Well, it had to be a build up to this, but
Or a lot of alcohol.
yeah, a lot of alcohol.
I was going to say, not necessarily.
Helps. That always
few
helps.
drinks.
Yeah. But now what? I wish I knew a little bit more about each other's lives, but I'm just going to assume that we're two single people.
Let's put some scenarios on.
Yeah. Oh, you want to put
Some scenario. Okay, so now what? He's looking at you like he's interested.
Okay. He's interested because they already did the do. So I mean, see where it goes from there. But I told you don't do this shit. That's what I told you. I told you don't do this shit.
Which brings my second scenario.
Yes.
Now he don't even look at you or talk to you.
Oh, you got to, get in where you fit in.
The more likely scenario.
Yeah, you got to get in where you fit in. Because look, it may have happened. Now you're looking at him like, oh, like it didn't just happen, but it happened. And you got to be able to, you got to be able to go both ways with it. He don't want to deal with you, or vice versa. She might not want to deal with you. I might, women. Hey, I've seen Stranger Things. You know what I mean? Women can tell you like, no, that's all I wanted, and then you looking like, oh damn, what happened?
Are you glad you came back?
I'm so glad. I've got 1 hour of sleep. This is so much for 1 hour of sleep and a plane ride. This is a lot.
Same question, or did you already answer it? You actually,
I think either way, whether somebody wants to continue it or they ignore you, you need to not continue that relationship, not continue it, and maybe have a conversation or sign some non-disclosure agreements. You can find them on the internet so that neither of you ever talk about it again, but do not
how do you do that?
continue.
Like, hey.
It's simple. You go and you boss up and you sit at a table and you say, we're never going to talk about this again.
But then you gotta...
And you get someone to sign it. And it might be nothing, but it's scary to sign a non-disclosure agreement and keep your mouth shut.
Wow, that's a new one. I didn't even think about that.
Ladies, pro tip.
Okay. Well,
Remember the lady from the last show with the letter, and she was worried the guy was going to tell on her? Now, what if she had signed a non-disclosure agreement with him? She wouldn't be in that. She wouldn't be having that problem.
You know what? That's true. That's a good point.
I wouldn't have no problem signing that.
Right?
Yeah. I'm like, all right, cool.
I don't think anybody would.
I mean, but maybe it's a mature thing, man. You know what I mean? Because I would like, all right, cool. You know, I wouldn't talk about it.
Well, the idea is what happens to the party stays in the party, but we know that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
No, that won't happen unless you have an agreement about it. If it was at the party, chances are everybody knows who it is. At least you can't use it against each other later to hurt each other in their careers.
I remember Eddie Murphy had Babyface old wife sign. That's what you won't be talking about what you seen in my house or what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's some real shit right there.
Okay, that's good to know. All right.
I'm hoping so.
I see. Okay, so number 4. This should be an easy one for you. I'll go with Danielle on this one. What are the cons of dating someone at the office?
Well, here's the one thing I'll say for all the women out there, because this is hard, but you never want to give people a reason to take away from your merit. And when you're dating someone, no matter how good you are at your job, people will use it to take away from what you are good at and what you've earned. And I just don't think that's worth it as you're trying to build a career and trying to make your money. You can't give anyone a reason to take from you what you've earned, and this is the fastest way to do it.
JS.
Well, you know, dating someone at work, I mean, you open yourself up for information that they don't need to know about you. You know what I mean? You at work, you know, you go there to work. But once you do that, everybody know your business. You know, if something goes wrong, then she's telling everybody, or vice versa, he's telling everybody about what you do. You don't want all of that, you know. Just keep it professional. You know, just don't do it.
Yeah, so cons. You lose your job. You be called the office hoe. Someone else tries to get with you. I think that's enough. And I'm saying that jokingly, but there's obviously things you don't want. And then you make a valid point, because unfortunately men have matured, so when they hear about you tapping that, they be giving you a high five or handshake or whatever, but they're looking at you like all of a sudden now you're a piece of me. So it's unfortunate, but that's what happens. Yeah, so we've made co-working relationships look very promising. So, would you like going through the second set of questions?
Sure.
Okay.
So,
Since you're here. Yeah.
Do some work. I'm married, but I have a work husband. Is
my
that
bad.
cheating?
Let me set this up. So this
Okay.
is the work-life precautions. So, you know, you're in the workplace. You've already decided. You're thinking about this. You want to do it. So these are the precautions. Damn.
I'm married, but I have a work husband. Is that cheating?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Why
A work
do you
husband.
have a work
You
husband?
know, the work husband is when, you know, a woman at work and she has a dude, like he might go get lunch or whatever, they be making googly eye. They kind of like each other, but she
flirty.
call it, that's my work husband.
Do you have experience with this, sir?
I've never been called the work husband, but I've had experience of, you know, without in the past, probably have that, you know, I'm familiar with it, but, you know.
I've never been chosen as the work husband.
You know,
For some reason, I've always been the, you probably play around guy. But anywho, so.
I'll play devil's advocate. So it depends on your definition of work husband. So if your profession, being a professional still, but you have a man in the workplace that is mentoring you, or that you go to for things, or that you do have lunch together on a regular basis because this person is an ally of yours. Like, that's not cheating. You have to be careful, because you have to be careful of your brand, and you have to be careful what people say about you, and not to have things become flirtatious. But cheating on your husband because you have a work husband, I don't know about that.
You called him the work husband.
Would you tell your husband that that's your work husband?
Yeah, I have work husbands. I have gay husbands. I don't have a real husband anymore, but when I did, I had all kinds. I had those things. I had work husbands and my gay husband, my husband.
Okay.
You know, people that serve different things in your life, do it at
that.
different values in your life.
So when you had a husband, you had these things, and he was cool with it.
Yes. I would never be inappropriate in work, even if I didn't have a husband with another man, but having someone that's your advocate or that's there for you every day, like, that's the husband term, right? That's where it's coming from. It's not even about sexual attraction or anything like that. It's a work husband. It's an ally. It's someone who you know is going to have your back and wants the best for you every day, or will protect you. Like, some husbands would want that for their wife when they go into their career. So I'll be devil's advocate on this one.
Hearing you say it, it makes a lot of sense. But if I went to a woman and said, "Oh, that's my work wife,"
That's not gonna fly.
Stabbed in the side of the head.
That's not gonna fly.
That's just my work wife. Why she texting you? Huh? Just my work wife. I told you about that. Yeah.
You do make a valid point, though. I mean, in terms of people have certain elements or aspects of your life, and you should have a relationship that's mature enough where they can handle it. But that term, take away the husband part.
That's real nice. Yeah, it's real nice.
Because I got a work wife.
I mean, even if my wife would, if she came and said, "Listen, oh yeah, that's my work husband." Like, yo, real.
I want you to have a
if
work wife. Could you also get a wife that comes and does the things I'm not good at? Like, have all the wives.
That's very innovative. That's very innovative.
Okay.
It's not about sexual attraction or a love towards somebody else, but it's the term wife is not about.
Well, if you have a good relationship, I guess it doesn't matter. The term to me is bad. It's just
work husband is a bad.
It's not a good term. And the one thing you mentioned was as a woman in the workplace, you don't want to give this kind of idea of who you are. It downgrades who you are and your merit in your work. So, work husband, down.
What if she was single?
Then it doesn't
what
matter.
if this letter had? Then can you have a work husband?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. She's married. So she's married.
Get you a work husband.
But yeah, we're single. It's fine. Yeah. Work wife, work husband.
Okay, so hey.
We're at odds.
Yes.
Who's married here?
I'm not married. I'm on the single train.
So you should just ask somebody else. Actually, is our answer.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. So should you date someone in the same office or profession? Does it matter?
I think you are better off not being in the same office. Because if it's in a different part of the factory or a different part of the organization, let's say you're in sales, he's in the technical side, or vice versa. I think that's more doable. And if things go wrong, you won't see that person. So this goes wrong. It gets much dicier when he's right next to you at the same desk, because now your whole day is ruined. I mean, it's not good when it was separate departments, but now it's way worse because now you're looking at this person that just ruins your life. Whether they actually did or not is irrelevant. Your day is ruined. You gotta wake up and like, I go see this person.
What about the same profession?
Same profession. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I think that could be dope actually. As long as y'all not in the same place. Imagine if it was another woman that did art or made beats, and it was, that would be lovely. Like, oh my God, you got the same drum machine? Oh shit, I love you. You know what I mean?
That's what you were saying?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
I love you.
I love you. This is so great. You know what I mean? Or if she was like an artist or something, the same profession, that would be dope. That's fun. You know, it's exciting.
I just think it depends on who you are. It works both ways. I don't actually like to date people that are in the same profession, or even, everyone thinks I would. Oh, you date some suit and tie, some CEO guy. That's the opposite, actually, usually, of what I date or am attracted to, because I like to have the balance, and I never want to be competing with my significant other, or have them feel like they have to compete with me as their woman. And so I don't know. For me, it doesn't work, but I know lots of people where that works really, really well, and you have someone to talk to and understand what it's like when you go home at the end of the day, and what you went through that day, because they're in a similar profession. And so there's, it just depends on how much balance you need to bring to your life. I need to bring a lot of balance in my partnerships, but others don't.
I think it works in entertainment. I think that's probably one of the best industries that it works in. I'm also sure it works if you're both working on cars. I think that becomes a problem, because you're there every day.
that might work. You know?
I'll
change that oil. I'm gonna do these brakes.
It's really just a preference. It's a preference.
Yeah,
so
no.
I do agree. It depends. I think it really comes down to how much do you want to see or not see this person. And if you're cool with them being every day, because there are some relationships there with each other every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And people love it. I've been in a little bit of each different kind of relationship, and I'm not a good example because I can work with anything. So it's what it is.
That's hysterical. What? That's a whole other show.
I can work with 24/7. I can work with I only see you 4 or 5 times a week.
Whoa.
4 or 5 times a week. What about once a week? What about long distance?
I'll do long distance, but my theory is long distance doesn't last long. Someone has to make a move.
That's a good point.
Because at this point, I'm like, what are we, friends? I mean, there's things that need to happen, okay? So, am I moving? Are you moving? So, for those who are listening, I am going to move. So, I'll just let you know.
Why is dating a subordinate a bad thing?
Oh, well, let's see. You'll go straight to jail. Maybe not, but that person just has so much more power. It's like you're the boss, but in a relationship, they're the boss. And something goes wrong, like, oh, really? Okay. Next thing you know, you're in HR. Like, I'll give you a great example of this. I used to do property management. And, every once in a while, a resident will come in like, so, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, nothing. Because I cannot date one of my residents. I just cannot do it. It just would not go well. They would come and say, hey, so I don't have the rent this month, and you're gonna be good with that because I went down on you last night, so you're gonna have to deal with it. It's like, what can you do? So, just it's a horrible idea.
Yeah, it's not a good. So being somebody's leader and their boss is already one of the most complicated relationships you're going to have with people in your life. And then why would you try to add a complication, even if it was legal in your organization? Why would you add the complication of bias? And my job is to make the right decision for the company when I'm at work. Your job is to make the right person for your partner, make the right decisions for your partner when you go home. And if you're having to decide between the two, you're never gonna get it right. Like, you'll never be in a good situation. And you can think that you won't bring bias to the situation, but that's just naive. We bring our biases anyways. When we're not dating people that work for us, we bring our biases to those relationships. So to try to think that you could go home with someone at night and leave the two things separate is just silly.
Speaking of bias, they have a bias too. So you're thinking there's no bias. I'll give you an example. I was approached doing property management. Beautiful resident, didn't do nothing. She no longer was a resident. I saw her somewhere like, hey, how you doing? Was not even interested. So You thinking it's about a mutual attraction, there's a level of I can come up if I date this person. That's it.
You couldn't take shit off the rent then. You know what I mean? You couldn't help them out. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, I don't need them now.
There it is.
You know what I mean? I don't need them now.
I guess I was useless. So I was no longer
I don't
attracted.
need them now. Shit, you can't come and
It is what it
give
is.
me no new faucet.
And so, yeah.
What 3 things should I consider before going on a date with a coworker? JS, we're starting with you.
What 3 things you should consider? Consider losing your job. That's number 1. Consider losing your job. You consider everybody knowing your business at work.
Everybody's gonna know your love life.
Yeah, everybody gonna know. And, you know,
No matter how quiet you keep it.
Yeah.
Because guess what? If you don't tell them, they're gonna make it up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Everybody,
deep.
you give everybody something to talk about around the job. So if that's what you want to do, you know, and you want to be in the gossip, go ahead. You know, it might be fun. Like I tell you,
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
it might be
Yeah.
fun and spicy. It might be fun and spicy at the beginning, but guess what? It's gonna come and bite your ass.
Mm.
You're gonna be like, damn, I should have listened to him.
Oh. Let me give you a real good example of this. Me. So I was working at this job, and this woman kept passing. I just had to say something. We work in the same space. So got her number, called her. Something happened. It didn't happen. Saw her the next day, and she was doing this. Ended my entire effort to date anybody else in that building. And people walking by laughing.
You said something happened. What happened?
I don't know what happened. That's why it's something. We went from I called on the phone, we're having a conversation till I have to go, to her not looking in my direction.
Wow.
Not even wanting to say hi.
Wow.
Actually going by my desk and hiding behind people so that I don't see it, even though I saw it. Which
Yo, you know what? One time, I dated this woman at a job. Right?
okay.
We only went on a couple of dates. I think we went on a date. I took her. This was back in the day, Buckhead. There was nice restaurants out there. I think it was like a tapas restaurant, right? Took her. We go with her, and I think I had double dated like my sister and one of my boys or whatever, right? So we
Okay.
go. I took her to the restaurant. I didn't know how uncultured or hood that she was at the time. And so I took her to the restaurant. She looking at the menu, so I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get this appetizer. She was like, nigga, they don't sell hamburger and french fries here? I said, no, this is a tapas restaurant. They don't sell hamburger and french fries. I had to go back to work because I stopped messing with her after that. Because at that point, it was like, yo, I don't think she's the one for me. I can't take her ass nowhere. And so I went to work and I seen her from that day on, and I seemed like I was the weird person then because I didn't really want to talk to her no more. You know what I mean? She was, and let's say I was like in my 20s or whatever. I was in my 20s, but still, maybe I was kind of bougie, but
You did her dirty.
but shit, if they don't sell hamburger,
Kind of.
hey, they don't sell hamburger and french fries everywhere. You understand? It's more in this world than hamburger and french fries. Eat something different, all right? You know what
But I think your point is a good one. If you go on a date with somebody and you don't like them, the beauty is you don't have to see them again. If you go on a date with a coworker and you don't like them, you still have to see them every day, and that's awkward and unpleasant and
to
not
continue
fun.
boxing up suits, looking at her ass,
Unfun.
boxing up suits.
Just take the long view, because there's a lot of potential negative outcomes to dating a coworker. And if you can come up with the positive outcomes that outweighs all the negative outcomes that could come out of going on those dates, then go on the date. But you got to be realistic with yourself about all the things that can go wrong. If the date doesn't go well, or if you guys date for a long time and it doesn't go well, or if you date and it does go well, all of those things can still end pretty poorly. So, what problem are you trying to solve? What are you trying to accomplish? And is this person going to be your soulmate? Because if not, you're risking a lot.
Yep. All right.
All right.
Well, we're going into Dear JS.
Okay.
This is called ending it.
So this is ending the relationship
Yes.
with the coworker.
Yes.
These are like what?
This is rapid fire, but this is like,
A scenario.
yeah,
or something like
scenario.
that? Okay.
Yes, a scenario.
Okay.
All right. Dear JS. All right. I sent the email. He responded, but still invited me to his house.
You know what's happening here? So,
Yeah, I guess he didn't take heed. He didn't take heed. He like,
So she tried to end it by sending an email. He's like, okay, cool, but like he still wants her to come over.
Yeah.
And coworker.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry. You done?
Yeah.
You got a problem.
Yeah, you got a problem.
This dude did not take no for an answer.
Yeah, he like, hey, forget what you're saying.
Can
You
he
want to come
read?
over or what?
You're gonna have to get firm. I'm not interested. It's over. You probably did the patty cake on the email because you're at work, but patty cake never works when you're ending a relationship. Part of the reason why dating a coworker is not good. There is no good end game to co-working dating.
No. I can express it so much. All right. That's all y'all
What do you
have.
think?
Well, I'm against ending relationships in email to start with, but especially your coworker. So just tell him to his face, and then when he invites you over, just say no.
And you should probably do that after work. Don't do it
Yeah.
before work.
Yeah.
Don't do it
During
during
work.
lunch.
Yeah.
On 15-minute break. Check this out.
Yeah.
We got a few minutes. It's over.
Maybe print the email when you go to his house and hand it to him, and then get back in your car and leave.
Yeah. All right. I just broke up with my coworker. Now I'm getting hit on by everyone at work. All right. This is not a good thing.
How?
They didn't. That's what I talk about. People telling your business. It must be something good though that he said because everybody's hitting on you. But still,
What this really means is he told everybody you're sexy. That's what that means. If everybody's hitting on you and you just broke up, Now, it is a possibility that they said, wow, she's just an amazing woman. I want my shot. There's no one else out there interested in it. And it happens to be the entire workforce. Probably more likely, this dude talked about how you are in the bed.
And you cannot date another coworker ever. Now it's over. It's one and done. You can't, because now people think, oh, she's willing to date a coworker. So everyone thinks they're going to be that coworker.
Everybody wants their shot.
Change the narrative. It wasn't about him working with you. It was about him. Now you can't date any other coworkers.
all right. I'm pregnant,
Oh gosh.
and I think it's his, a different coworker. But I've been dating. Another coworker.
This is escalating.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
can't. I'm
I mean,
unqualified to answer this
God,
question.
man, you are a mess. You are a mess, yo. Like seriously, yo, hey.
You do know you go to work, right? So you should probably get back into focusing on that. That's going to help. Now, you're already in this situation. It's already happened. Somehow you're going to have to get some DNA tests. You got to sit both of them down, not together, and say, look, I'm pregnant. I need to find out who the baby's father is.
God. God.
I mean, oh boy.
Oh, sweet love.
Ah,
I don't know what to
yeah,
I don't know what to say.
yeah. That's all right. Sometimes.
This isn't even about co-working anymore.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with
This-
your
this
coworkers.
is approaching
This is-
love and hip hop.
Yeah, this is a problem.
Black ink crew
Yeah.
type thing.
This is a problem,
Yeah.
whether you work with them or not. You got to start with figuring out who the baby's dad is.
And It keeps getting worse.
Oh,
He's my boss and got me out of a major legal jam. But now he wants a child.
Is this real? People say
Yeah.
that.
He wants a child.
Wow, that's complicated.
Just
People's lives are
stop the
complicated.
bleeding.
People's lives
I
are
don't-
complicated.
He wants a child. Don't give him a child, okay? Don't. No. I don't care if
Look.
he got you out of legal jam. Hey,
Whew.
that's what bosses do.
You know what? It's very nice of him to get you out of legal jam. That is not an obligation to father children.
Yeah. No.
Listen, take him to lunch, tell him to go get a puppy. I don't know, but the way this question goes, you are considering this. No.
Yes. No.
The legal jam of child support and all of that.
They're gonna have more legal
There's
jams.
More legal jams to come when you don't have a job and you need this person to
Yeah.
Oh.
pay for this child. I mean, unless you're in love with him and you want to start a life together and you don't care that you're not going to be working anymore, but at least made him put a ring on it first. And
Or if you are getting a whole bunch of child support and getting money and that's the way you want to go, you can do that also. But I'm just saying it wouldn't be good.
Well, let's also talk about this is also a big issue because, you have R. Kelly. You have folks that find a way to manipulate a situation. You are being manipulated. And I understand. You feel obligated. You have to understand that you're not. I don't care if he got you out of a life sentence. If he's serious about helping you, then that was a gift.
you don't owe him anything.
Life sentence?
You don't owe him anything.
A life
sentence?
sentence. Yes.
I think you might get a child.
You have kids? That is a different life sentence. You are bound to this person for the rest of your life.
All right. We're going to go to the next. I work with my best friend. She is married and is dating another coworker who's a good guy but doesn't know. All right. You need to tell your best friend she's doing the most. She's messy, like a lot of these other ladies on this segment is. No, man. I wouldn't say tell the guy, but you need to talk to your friend. You need to tell her, she's messing up. She's definitely messing up.
She's your best friend, so if that's a relationship that you want to keep, then your job and your loyalties lie with her, and it doesn't matter if he's a good guy or not a good guy. It's not your job to tell him anything, and it's not your job to do anything except to be a friend. And being a friend means telling your friend to get it together. It doesn't mean telling on your friend. You will lose that relationship for sure. So just be ready and willing to lose that relationship if you decide that it's your job to tell somebody. I think I'm a loyal person. My loyalties run deep, and we're all human, and we all make mistakes. And your friend's making a mistake in a period of her life, that your job is to be a friend and help her out of it, not to blow her up.
Actually, your job is to work. So here's the thing: you're at work. So sucks for him. Hey, I'm all about moral equality and everything, but you have a 9 to 5, right? You might have kids you got to take care of, or just yourself. It's bad, but you're at work.
Or
you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, it was like my name's
That's
Bennett,
tough.
and I ain't in it.
Hey, get with your friend though. If that's your best friend, hey.
Watch the entertainment unfold.
But once she flicks you off, whatever, you just keep it going. But then, guess what happens? You said something, and now there's tension with you and your best friend at the place that helps to make sure you have things taken care of.
No one can ever be mad at you for staying out of their business.
But I hear you, because you're like, I want to be good, I love Jesus, but bam! It just,
it's not your karma, it's theirs.
It's so bad. Well, with that, that's the show.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you again for watching Kings for Queens. I'm Comic Strategy, is JS, and this lovely lady to my left, your right, is Danielle Schutz, CEO of the Daily Boss Up. We're glad you're able to come for not only one, but a couple episodes. We hope that this is not the end, as you come again when you come into town. Or
I'm
maybe
hard to get rid of.
Good. So, really appreciate it. Next show, we're going to continue on with the Counsel of Dating. We're going to discuss sealing the foundation. So we're going to talk about what needs to be in the dating foundation and how to seal it so that it becomes a consistent part of your process as compared to, okay, now we're going to change it, now we're going to change it in this crazy, mixed up, jumbled world that we live in. JS. Common Strategy, JS, Danielle Schutz, and we are out. Kings for Queens.